Good morning, everyone. Surfgal, playing some more Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise. This is the second Baron's Hero's Journey quest featuring Kain. So we have Kain-themed objectives. Beat the Dark Knight, complete the Tower of Zot, complete the Giant of Babel, which, as a note, has the vanilla flag turned on. So once you go in, you can't get back out of the giant until you complete it. Burn Village Mist. Have Coco Forge the Legend Sword. Along with that, we've got, let's see, no key items on the moon. No Cecil. Still have Permajoy no dupes, which is not my favorite thing, but that's okay. The biggest thing with this one is actually right here, this T-Money. So T-Money means that you cannot find items in chests. You just find money. So the only place we're going to be able to get items is from trap chests and shops. And I suppose, like, the moon bosses. And then there are free characters on it. So I'm kind of hoping this will... I'm curious to see how this one pans out. This one does look very hard, I will say. The not being able to buy things in shops while it's in... Or not being able to find stuff in chests with standard shops makes it feel very challenging. Let's see who we've got starting out. Kain and Rosa. That is a wonderful start. And a Magma Key. Okay. That is a very good start. So we want to immediately... I'm thinking we want to loot and gather characters, see what we've got as options. So, and then go down and check the shops in the underworld. Now, the downside is the best character for us to get in this situation would be a Cecil, which we can't get, or an Edge, which we can't get yet. So I'm not really sure what the best characters to get are. I will say Atella feels like it would be good, because Tella is... Hey, I'm okay with this. Tella starts with Exit, and that gives us a way to do our grind in the giant if we want. We can do D-Machine grind. I think I do. Yeah. Again, even if we're doing Berserkers, which would be ideal, having Tella as one character here is fine. And then we're gonna do those just to get a bunch of money. We don't have that much money, but it's something. Let's continue up this way. This cutscene might not be necessary, but I was hoping for another good character. No duplicates, so we can't get two Rosas. Honestly, two Rosas wouldn't be terrible. Obviously, at this point, we don't want two Rosas, because we already have two mages. So the ideal at this point would be to get 2 other physical characters. So Edge, and then either Sid or Yang, I think, is the way to make this work best. I'm gonna go down here. There are 2 characters here in the spots where you originally got Palamon Forum. And we get... There's a Sid. I think we say no on both of these for now. And while we're here, let's pop our head in and see what we've got for weapons. Awesome. Not ideal, but it'll give Rosa something. A couple of those, one of those. We have to buy things I normally wouldn't buy because you aren't going to find anything in chests. So I'm thinking at this point, let's do... Let's head underground. See what we've got. Stuff like Mute Knife that gives... not necessarily elemental weaknesses, but weaknesses against certain creature types can be very valuable in a situation like this. Again, we're not going to have tons of options. There's a pretty good chance we're not just going to have very, very strong weapon options for most of the game. And with standard shops, outside of Kokol, we're not going to be getting a ton. I will also toss in, that's one of the reasons that Edge and something like Sid can be good, or Yang, because Yang doesn't need weapons at all. And both Sid and Yang do have a slight advantage in the fact that their weapons are, their best weapons are lower tier. Now that's because their best weapons are worse, but it is what it is. It's not like we're hunting crystal swords, since we don't have Cecil. Okay. So I think at this point, we're gonna do a little bit of shopping. I'm gonna go... Where am I going? Ah! There's only one trap chest in this area, so I'm hoping that we'll just get a bunch of gold, and that'll be enough that when we get down to the bottom, we'll get a free key item, and then also whatever we can get from the shops. And that was enough gold that I'm not going to keep opening. I'm not going to go out of my way to open these chests. I'll go down here, open the one on the way, and then probably didn't need to loot this section now that I'm thinking about it. Just have it. Tower key. It's a relatively easy one check. And at worst, it just saves us a trip later. We definitely are okay with getting a couple Soma drops for Artella. Probably should have waited on that before I bought more. Check the other shops just to make sure that I didn't need to save that money. Let's pop our heads down here quick, just so we know what the bosses are. These bosses can have key items. No moon, but yes summons. Oh, wow. Those are both relatively free bosses. The Luge there could hit pretty hard, the Balnaub side particularly. I wish we knew what characters we were getting before we came down here. Because that is some good loot for whichever of the 3 melee characters we end up with. Yes. Yes. Definitely an interesting version of the looting. Highway maintenance worker for our job dwarf. Yeah, it's an interesting way to do the looting because instead of prioritizing places that you want to prioritize places that, not based on their rarity, but just on like what you can. We're probably gonna need that by the end. Let's just pick it up now, because I'm probably not coming back here. Basically, you want to do proximity to ships more than, or shops, more than proximity to, like, bosses, I guess? I mean, bosses would still be good, but it's basically, don't just go for the rare spots, go for the stuff that's near the shops, too. We are not going to be opening chests here. We're just going to head straight through and then pop in and visit Yang. That'll save us a trip potentially later. We still have the potential of making 2 trips to each location, but it saves us 1 trip to Fabul. Okay. So we need to get our objectives. We need like the Earth Crystal. I'm trying to think. Did she end up with... Oh, she starts with an archer bow. Okay. They start with a weapon but no armor, is what it seems like. Okay, so we're gonna start her with a heroine robe. We bought the sorcerer robe to switch her to once she's ready to be a caster. But for the time being, she's going to be helping shoot things. And for Kain, we're gonna go Blizzard Spear, Diamond Shield, Bandana, Dragoon armor, strength ring. So that's going to take us to 130 MP there, 140, which is completely arbitrary. The actual smart thing, once I get further, is probably going to be to figure out whether I want to... I just realized that we don't have health at all. We probably should have just gone and done Fabul. Yeah, we're going to go do Fabul first. Fabul gives you a free heal before and after. We only have one cabin because I sold my tents. Because we don't want tents, we want cabins. But we only have one right now, so... prioritizing the spots that I know are going to heal us on the way is good. Ideally, do we have any silk webs currently? No. Okay. I would like 3 of those at a starting point. Silk webs are very good. They cast slow twice. Let's go grab whatever Yang's wife has quick. Not great, but a protect ring, I mean, it's not great as a, because it's not progression, but it is very good still, and being able to just say, yeah, she's not gonna die, feels pretty good. And both Rosa and Kain are very well equipped right now. Honestly, all 3 of them are pretty well equipped right now. Kainazo. Okay. So, this is actually... Let's see if we time that right. Not quite. But that should still wreck him pretty hard. Might be a wave counter. But we didn't do a physical attack, so it might not be. Okay. And the substantial bonuses that Rosa has to her strength just make short work of him. See what our key item is. Spoon. That's mediocre. The spoon flag is on, so if we find an Edward, we could have a properly spoony bard. However, Edward, well, I guess if we're going for berserkers, I wouldn't want just an, I mean, I wouldn't have just an Edward, but I could have an Edward as my 5th. If I got like an Edge Kain, Edge Hero Kain, which gives him a unique special weapon, and then Edward with a spoon as the last character. I could see that happening. I don't like that I can see that happening, but I can see that happening. So this is almost no point in looting, because it's low tier treasure comparatively. There will be some good chests along the way here, but it's not a by any means, especially when we're not actually getting gear. Again, at Antlion, this should be fine. Okay, so we want to hit that. That should kill Baigan, and then that should kill the arm. Rosa with Heroine Robe. Starting out is sick. This feels really good. Hey, that's a character check and an objective. So, I think we will probably head there next. It's also a very easy boss, generally. See who the character is. Maybe it's, technically that could be an Edge or a Fusoya. Actually... Yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine. It moves it. It is a Fusoya. Okay. Do I want a Fusoya? Outside of being... outside of regretting my Tella pickup, which is largely because the last few years there have been tons of seeds that have Fusoya banned. Mop. I mean, he's good. But having 3 mages when we already have 2, unless we're gonna switch over and do something more magic-based, isn't great. Again, he's basically just the better version of Tella. Unfortunately for Tella. But because we have Permajoin, we can't swap them out. He does start at level 50, which you know is good. And normally he brings a bunch of good gear, but because of the Flagset, our characters do not come with any gear, so shops only. I guess they technically start with a weapon, and that's it. Octomom. Okay. This should be very doable. Jeez. I'm being way more hesitant about this than I should. Like, Fusoya is really good. Sunburn Mizdia. I'm not saying I'm not going to take him. The good news is, because he's level 50, we don't have to worry about his... That's good to know, actually. So if we get a Sand Ruby, we know we have an edge. Dwarfax for potentially for manipulating Kain's agility later, but also can be very important for getting him into the back row if I need to. What else can we do right now? I guess we just keep going around the circle. There's another character here, another item. So I think we just could do ordeals, and then we do Baronin, kind of like I normally would. Get 2 more key items, get 2 more character checks. There is a character check here on our deals. Edward. I have thoughts. They are probably not pragmatic thoughts, but I have thoughts. If we're waiting on this, we could theoretically slingshot Edward with a D-Machine grind once we get Darkness Crystal. While that does not make him good, it makes him more survivable. And we already have the spoon. That also, the ability to potentially do a slingshot is also definitely a contributing factor for putting off characters. Along with the fact that because if you're doing a slingshot, then you don't want all of your characters to gain levels. The other side of that is that we have a really strong starting setup. Like, Kain is really strong when you actually get him geared. Rosa with a heroine robe is really strong. And while Kain isn't, or while Tella isn't inherently really strong, he does have a lot of really good utility early in the game. He is also very slow, unfortunately. We're going to use a Cure Potion here because Rosa is doing tons of damage and isn't missing because aim command is very, very strong. Aim is basically an automatic accuracy boost, so basically means Rosa always hits even if you're fighting something with really high evasion. We're gonna just real quick do Dwarfax. Protect Ring. And leave him in the back row with a Protect Ring that basically... I mean, he's got Dragoon armor and a Protect Ring. He should survive pretty much anything that gets thrown at him. Darkness Crystal. So this feels like an early grind. I'm gonna keep going through and doing this just so I can see what my character options are. But my gut right now is... Well, also because you need to get the characters that you're not slingshotting high enough level. I mean, at this point, we could theoretically... I mean, it's early enough. we could theoretically still try and slingshot Rosa, even. Like, we'd have to knock Rosa out and then go do a short grind with just Kain to do that. Kain and Tella. By the way, Tella has all of his spells now. That's part of, or that's why, in addition to all the other reasons for doing that, that is the primary reason for doing it. Week has 25 per cast, so we can do 7 casts of week before we have issue, or before we run out of MP, which is good. And I think I am still just gonna go up here. $13K. There's a Yang. I mean, okay. We're definitely not taking him immediately. Well, yeah, we're probably not taking him immediately. But that actually would be another good character to slingshot. So, given the fact that we just got the Darkness Crystal, and where we're at with everything, that definitely feels like it could be a good way to handle this. Mylon and friends. Okay. That's unfortunate. Luckily, this is a low magic spot. That does mean that the zombies might hit kind of hard, but they won't. So Yang doesn't need equipment, and gains a lot of benefit from levels, which is why I said he is a very good slingshot target as well. And would be a good addition here. Now, the fact that we know where we can get an edge makes me a little hesitant, because an edge would be really nice. Oh, wow. This is like... I'm trying to think what we're missing. I feel like we're missing something. We're going to say no, because I do want to do a little bit of thinking here. Again, once they join, they're permanently in the party, and I want to make sure that I'm covering all my bases. So just real quick. Giant of Babel is darkness. Tower of Zot is earth. So yeah, we would just need to forge, or we would need to go back then and do forge and yeah, we just need the 2 items for forge and Divine Cecil. That's not bad. This feels like it could be a really relatively short, fun seat. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Not go up there. I mean, it's just going to be a bunch of money, but I kind of want to go loot the treasury anyway, because it should be a lot of money. And then I guess let's just go do the boss from Earth Crystal. It's a requirement anyway. It's 2 character checks, and it is not super hard. Seeing those huge numbers go by, just knowing that it was would have been something wonderful. But now we really don't need to stop and loot pretty much at all, is kind of my thought there. That one stop gave us, what is that, 400,000 gold. So with very few exceptions, we are set on money. So the basic options here are, I'm debating whether I'm going to be taking, it's basically whether I want to wait to get an edge. We know where we can find one. We may find another one somewhere else, like if we get the hook, or possibly even here. Which would be way better than an Edward. No offense to Edward. But the other option is we have Edward and Yang and a Darkness Crystal. We could seriously just go ahead with that and see what happens. And the only problem that I can foresee would be, like, Edward would contribute at that point through the last boss. And we'd have enough levels that we should be fine. But it would make the Z fight a lot harder. Oh boy. I can't remember if these guys are weak to elements or not. Yeah, they have the... We can only be killed by... oops, I did the FF6 multi-target again. In FF6, multi-targeting is push R. Let's just use these grimoires while we've got them. Like, they stop being good after a while. We know we just need magic damage, it doesn't matter what kind. This is also going to be good for us because it is, yeah, this is also going to be nice for us to be able to get a little bit more XP on these characters. So that when we go do the grind, when we go do the D-machines, we're in better shape to, you know, survive it. Got Berserk. That was actually a mistake, now that I'm thinking about it. Fire 2. I'm gonna hope that the Fire 2 or the Aim go through first, because Kain has a Blizzard Spear, so it's probably not gonna do much against the Ice Lizard. Swordman. from Mega Man 17. That's unfortunate. But that's the only thing he's good at. Don't make him not cast spells. Fizzle. She is out of arrows, which is unfortunate. We'll need to pick up some more. We've got those lightning arrows that she originally picked up. But they're not as good as charm arrows. Now I'm a little upset with myself for not remembering offhand where those are. I want to say that they might be an Agart. Are we risking this? Yeah, we should be good. Okay, that is a Palom. Which is not what we're looking for right now. And another Fusoya. Yeah, I think my basic plan at this point, let them join no. My basic plan at this point is if I find the Sand Ruby by the time I decide I'm ready to go into the Giant, which is basically when I find Ethers and complete the other objectives that I can already do. So we don't want to use physical attacks against them, but jump and aim don't count. Let's see if this kills either of them. It might. Counters with just fire, which is percentage-based attack. I think we're actually going to use some potions here, because neither of them are great healers. It's really unfortunate. That's bad. Should have gone for the reflect on that. Yeah, Yeah, that's it. And I don't think I saved... Oh, I saved before... Okay, good. That's slightly better. I was a little concerned that I hadn't saved since before I went into the city. But that does mean we have to redo the entire... That's unfortunate. I'll cast Virus right this time. Ironically, it's kind of the opposite, because last time we did Virus on just the back one, and then Grimoire killed the rest. This time, Grimoire randomly killed just the back one, and Virus killed the rest. So we're going to use Berserk here to preserve her Charm Arrows. While Berserk, even when you hit one arrow, or once you hit one arrow, you just don't run out. So it's kind of a way to get around that. For these fights. And this time after this, after one of the longest bosses in the entire game, I'm going to save and not be an idiot. Especially after stopping to think about the fact that I hadn't saved and then doing it anyway. Okay. That was a mistake. Because I just shot an arrow. So if that was her last one, then we can't berserk again. That's okay. It's not like it's a huge deal. I was just kind of thinking, oh, I could just berserk her and then we'd have that available, but we don't. Fire 2. There's our XP, there's our rest of our levels. And the gauntlet is complete. One more boss down. So I feel like we had a pretty solid way of approaching this next fight. We just need to be a little bit more careful about timing. If I'd gotten a Cure 2 potion out on Tella slightly earlier, we would have been fine. If he hadn't dropped. Okay. And I'm actually gonna go battle speed down just a little bit, so I've got that flexibility. Okay, I think we're going straight into Fire 3 here, like we did before. So the big change I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Rosa adjust slightly. We're gonna start off with a Silk Web, which is going to slow them so that they get less actions per round effectively. And then I'm going to get Tella a potion. And Rosa probably at this point. And that should be enough to get me through. If they end up doing Breath again, we may be in trouble. But I think we're going to be able to race that. And then we'll go Fire 2 instead of Fire 3 for the second shot. There we go. Yeah, the big thing that I didn't do last time that I should have done is the Silk Web. Because they were going very fast. And this gave me that a little bit of extra time that I needed. Okay. So that is effectively the first couple objectives. At this point, we're just pretty much doing... We've got our grind, and we've got a bunch of just random stuff to check. So, I think we're going to take a quick break. Hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.